Hello, everyone. Well, just as predicted, look at these headlines. Putin's peace talks stall. U.S. push for Ukraine deal stalls as tensions with Venezuela mount. Not only with Venezuela, with Colombia too, because the U.S. military appears to have killed a Colombian national. NATO allies gather in Brussels after inconclusive Ukraine peace talks in Moscow. Why did the US-Russia-Ukraine talks fail? Well, that is not a complicated one. This particular article is in Time magazine, and that one is easy because, one, the other important partner, Ukraine, was not involved. Two, because this had nothing to do with Ukraine, this had everything to do with the US government, embarrassingly, kissing up to a former KGB agent. Last night, Stephen Colbert did an interview with Rachel Maddow as his guest. And she pointed it out, basically, as everybody should have seen it. And that is, who is Witkoff? Witkoff is Trump's golfing buddy. He literally has not a single qualification to conduct high-level, volatile international negotiations. And they sent him again, what is it, fifth or sixth time, against Putin, who, again, is a former KGB agent, who has been in power for decades. Why did anyone expect results under these circumstances? This was just another stall for time. This was all more of the same bullshit. Couple more things to keep an eye on. A former high-ranking Russian ground forces commander, Vladimir Chirkin, criticized Russia's invasion on Ukraine, pointing out that Russia was unprepared for a long-term war, and they had grossly underestimated their opponent. So again, folks, y'all don't believe me. Y'all keep saying, oh, Ukraine had lost already. It hasn't. But besides that, this dude is Russian military. Are you going to say, oh, he doesn't know what he's talking about? I mean, by all means, go right ahead if it conflicts with your narrative and you want to go on fantasizing about Putin. Go right ahead. But this dude is from the invading side and pointing out that this was a stupid-ass thing to do. And yeah, he's reiterating some of the points that have been made by myself and by others covering the war in Ukraine about Russia's plan to be in Kyiv in 3 days. They haven't made it anywhere close to Kyiv. In areas where they were kind of within range, they were pushed back. They should have backed out during the first few weeks. But no, they decided not to, and now they've been there for almost 4 years, having lost a million in killed and wounded. Fine. Not only that, but on a personal note, basically this invasion had forever ruined any kind of chance for a reasonable, positive relationship between Russia and Ukraine. Well, in the past, there may have been some consideration for that. Not anymore. Meanwhile, something that doesn't look good. Ukrainian intelligence identified over 10 companies that are involved in the production of Russian Iskander missile. And these companies remain unsanctioned. That is not a pretty picture. Again, do not forget that what is happening in Ukraine is an invasion and a series of war crimes. So, if you play footsie with the companies that participate in this nightmare, you're complicit. And the narrative from the front line continues to be basically back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. So on one hand, we have some progress near Kupiansk. In another town in the Kharkiv region, Vovchansk, is completely ruined, which is typical. What Russians can't hold on to, they destroy. They're basically using the scorched earth attitude. And again, to bring focus where it belongs, Russia attacked civilians in Kryvyi Rih, injuring at least 4 people, including a 3-year-old child. And I can guarantee you that, again, if you look at Russia's reports, they're going to say that they were only targeting military targets, and all their targets have been struck, have been reached. And my question again, why is this okay? How is this okay with anyone? How can this be okay? Why, since when, is a 3-year-old child a military target? Why is Russia allowed to get away with this? And why is there such a large number of people who are standing by and condoning this behavior? What if this was your 3-year-old? Just a thought. More to come.